make it work.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody.
Yep. Welcome to the NecroCast.
It's episode what?
Three.
This
Three
will be
by the
third-
book.
third official one.
Three by the book of releases.
Book of releases. Yeah, I am Steve.
And my name's Felicia.
Of course, my swanky.
Welcome to the NecroCast. Digging up more old shit than your ex-wife, and trust me, if it hurts, it's gonna get worse.
That's true.
Yep.
I've seen it.
Our guest this week is Mr. Mike over here from Fake Jacket.
How
What
you
is
doing, Mike?
shaking, fellers? It's good to be in the legendary Dungeon of Dan. It is amazing to be here.
The Dungeon of Dan.
Yeah, that's.
Rumors
fun.
has it that when you leave here, your butt hurts.
Yeah, it does. And it's not just from the chairs.
It's a rumor, yeah.
As long as you drop more than common loot, I'll be all right.
There you go.
I lie awake in a dying state. I can't take it, somebody take me away.
Oh, yeah.
No time for the shit again, better hurry. One past for one home. Save all the receipts, just as they broke. Take it back on the
Depends on which buttons you press, if you know what I mean.
Legendary.
So
Legendary,
I
yeah.
gotta address the what would it be, the cow in the room. Sure. Richard was supposed to join us today.
Yeah, pour one out for Richard.
Yeah, we'll pour one out.
Nope, life hits at him hard and cars hit harder.
Wow.
But you know, we're not gonna drive him through the mud. Nothing like that. It sucks you couldn't be here. I was honestly really looking forward to it.
We'll get you on next time. I'm sure we can do
For
this
sure,
again.
for sure. But we are going to the show next weekend. You got a show at Subculture Festival?
Yes, we've got our own little new metal prom. It's going to be absolutely amazing, brutal, serene, demure, whatever it is that is your adjectives.
Definitely
desire.
not demure. It's not
That's
wrong
not
with
good.
that
The
one.
most demure.
But it's Orphic Gravity, or no, I'm sorry, it's Orphic Chassis in Jupiter Pilot.
Yes, as well as Ye Old Fake Jacket. And please, 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 please show up. And please, please, please wear your finest homecoming attire as if you were going to Fred Durst's wedding.
Hell yeah, that's
That is
rad.
the theme. So we're looking for wallet chains and velour.
Hell yeah. Where can people go to listen to any kind of your music right now? Is there anywhere they can check your stuff out?
So we've got Dose music videos on YouTube. We've got one for our song Psychopathetic, which is, mwah, if I do say so myself.
Good shit. Good
And then
shit.
we recently, for Ye Old Spooky Season, we put in some work for the Talking Heads, and we did Psycho Killer
Sweet.
in our own way,
Oh, that's awesome.
which is how we do that. And we shot a music video somewhere around the grounds of Florida Power and Light. So
Devil.
Definitely not in the vicinity of the property.
so if anybody recognizes the location, no, you don't. And also, we have our first EP. If it hurts, it'll get worse. On Spotify.
Check them out.
For free.
Normally you have to pay for that type of entertainment.
Oh yeah, you couldn't pay for that kind of entertainment. We wouldn't let you.
That's good. That's awesome. Hell yeah, man. That's totally rad.
Forever free for the poor kids, man.
So
That's
how
awesome.
many shows have you guys done in last year alone?
Oh, last year I think we hit the 20-something mark on
Damn.
that one.
No, sure.
It could be less than that. It's probably closer to 16, honestly. I'm just polishing my own shoes.
Hey, man, round up, man. That's what we all do.
But it was great. Man, we had a great time. We opened up for people like Josie Scott, the original voice of Saliva.
Oh yeah,
shoot.
We
I
I
opened,
remember that.
we opened up for Haunt, and they're opening up for 3 Inches of Blood right now.
Brutal.
Which, just amazing. And then we had some regional, local up-and-comers. Fantastic. If I had to put it into words, we had The Transient. No, I'm just kidding. It's Transient. They're great. We had The Almas. I'm trying to think of another big one that we had recently. I can't. Oh, and we opened up for an international act for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
That was great. The name of the group is Kaja, but it's led by Kazuha Oda. And what a show. If anybody out there, Kazha check them out. Not only was it a phenomenal performance, not only was it one of the funnest nights of my life, the vocalist, helped tear down the drum sets.
Oh, you never see that.
No, it was so all the love and the props to her and all them. And then of course we're making the rounds with all the locales as well. You got your dead allies. Shout out to you guys. Who else? Oh, the Chassis. Love you guys as well. And if I had to choose a third one, it'd be Transient, because they just show us so much love.
Oh yeah.
And man, all the best to those guys.
That's awesome.
And to you as well. I can't leave y'all out. My gracious hosts.
That's
But
awesome.
we're definitely going to be there
Yeah,
next
we
weekend
will
at
be.
Subculture
100%.
hanging out. The new metal prom. Going to wear my finest Fred Dursty hat. And I still
Yes.
got my ball chain necklace from like
At that
97.
At that awkward 45-degree angle, I hope.
Yeah.
No, backwards. Backwards for
Yeah,
life.
gotta have the.
That's for life.
That was a trick question.
All right, that's awesome. Well, that's gonna be something to look forward to. That's next.
That's next weekend.
Next weekend.
Next week, man.
Rolling
Gonna
up
be-
7 p.m.
be a
Subculture
good time.
Pensacola.
Be some fun.
But this isn't your first rodeo either. You've been in the music industry of local Pensacola.
Oh, we're digging deep.
a little bit. We're not going to go,
Oh.
resurrecting all the skeletons.
Oh,
but give us a rundown.
no.
It is
What
the
little
NecroCast, you
projects,
gotta bring someone
whether
in.
successful garage bands, a 2-hit wonder, I don't give a shit. Lay them out for me,
The
Mike.
human serviette over here. All right, Nardwar. So when I was in high school, a do-gooder know-nothing, as it were. My compatriot Richard here, he brought me into to my first band. It was a shock horror metal band called Battlefield Earth.
That was one of my favorites, dude. And funny thing about that was Fate Jacket got together, how many years ago now?
Oh, it's like a year and a half.
Is it?
I want to say it was a year. I want to say it was October of 23 that we had our first band practice.
But so you guys got together, and I was familiar, I think, with everybody in the band. I had an idea of where they came from, whatnot,
Yeah, you've
except
been
for
around.
you. And I just didn't remember you because of the face paint and all this shit, because I was only at your shows, so I didn't realize you were him and he was you, and that's what happened.
He used your face paint.
Yeah.
I also have much shorter, less poofier hair
Exactly,
now.
yeah,
And
exactly.
yeah, and the facial hair grew in nicely. So yes, changes. That happens.
But yeah, Battlefield Earth.
Yeah, I can't believe you remember that one.
Yeah.
Oh, but that was a
That
wild
was one of my
ride.
favorites, dude. That was like ridiculous off the wall shit. And that was
Wait, so for those who don't know, we had a bass player who spit fire, who was a dragon lord.
dude. I
And
was
that-
all about it.
like it was one of the craziest, most ridiculous things pre-2010 you could ask for that wasn't Gwar, or anybody else with a budget.
I honestly want to say that like that Battlefield Earth as like a local persona was kind of what fueled us to later on when I was in high school. It was me and my best friend Zach back in the day who played bass with us. We started a black metal band called Phil Monastery and ended up doing 2 tracks with Richard at Forsyth. And that was our whole thing, eventually when we had music and it was the nails and the leather and the fucking corpse paint, and that was the whole thing. And then I think we ended up working with Tevin Dunmore from All in Vain came in and played drums with us. And I think we went through a couple more members trying to feel out our ground before we just lost it completely.
I'd never put 2 and 2 together that you were in Phil Monastery.
Yeah.
Wow.
Started it, birthed it.
Wow.
I mean, it was
Chills. Getting chills from all this memory lane stuff.
digging up more old shit than your ex-wife, man.
Man. All right. Thanks, Nardwar. Again, I could not. No, and then my second project, which actually kind of morphed in from Battlefield Earth, our guitar players didn't show up. So all we had was a drummer, we had a bass player, and we had me who could play power chords. So we started a punk band.
There you go.
Green Day.
You might have heard of us. We've been around since I was 3 years old, yes. And Vomit Gun was the name of that one. Yeah, and that was a wild ride. We got in the Pensacola News Journal with a name like that.
You did a shitload of shows with Vomit Gun.
It was, I think we ended up playing a show about every 13 days.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that is absolutely crazy go nuts for a time with less connectivity than now.
Right.
Oh, God.
We really had to
those
go
were
knock on the fucking doors.
I mean,
Literally.
knock on doors. We're camping outside waiting for them to open because we know that email address is dodgy at best.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, shit.
Oh, and
It got cold in here real fast.
I think and we were this. I have to brag about this. I was this close to opening up for Minor Threat. and that would have
cool.
That would have been something really great. They had to pull out for some unforeseen reason, and so we killed it for them. We got you.
There you go. Oh yeah, that's awesome. A little stroll down the old memory lane there.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. You did not prepare me for all of this, sirs.
So then what happened, man? Vomit Gun, and then a little hiatus in the real world, and then came back how many years later? And...
Yeah, we all. I think me and at least one other person that was in Vomit Gun. Not Richard. Richard's fine. We had a bit of an ego problem, so egos took hold and went our separate ways as the journey.
How many years were in between Vomit Gun and Fake Jacket?
And 12.
Damn.
It doesn't seem like Vomit Gun
you
was
owe me a Coke.
that long ago, because I remember seeing the flyers and all that for Vomit Gun shows and going to at least one or two, I can say, for Vomit Gun and going.
I think the last one we had was probably 2011.
Yeah.
It wasn't 2012 because I remember freaking out about 2012, and I was in a whole nother county at that point. But yeah, it's I don't even know how it started. Oh, yeah. You want the story on how it started? Yeah, I can give you the story how it started. So what happened was Richard got a new piece of musical equipment, as he does, and
Richard, no.
yeah, and it was a solid state PV something. I'm no good with the names on things like that, and he wanted to write a new metal song. So who does he call? His good buddy from his punk band, formerly his metal band, to go do all that. And I said, hey man, what's the vibes that I'm going for here? This is your song, it's your track, what do you want for it? And he said, I want Lil Wayne with Papa Roach vibes.
What a fucking
So I said,
Young Moolah, baby.
so I said, you know what? I'll take him to the candy shop. I can do that.
There you go. He licked the whole lollipop.
And then he bit off more than he could chew.
That's what she said.
But at the same time, we are still trying to figure out how many licks it takes to get to the center of that Tootsie Roll Pop.
The world may never know.
Let's hope we never find out. May this ride never end,
There
y'all.
you go.
Well, at $20 a shirt, I'm sure we'll find out.
There you go.
We're working on it. We're working on cheaper.
All right, so enough about you for the moment, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Thank heavens.
Mr. Lead Singer of a rock and roll band.
Yeah.
No, I envy it. It's crazy that you guys have been doing it for that long. Those of us that still play and don't get out there and fucking do it. You can. These guys are still doing it.
It's easy. Some people only hang out together once a month. Not
For
us,
real.
though.
Fucking do it.
That's the hardest part growing up, you know, is like finding time to get away to do the stuff. So
Yeah.
kudos to you for making it happen.
For sure.
And with all of us that have families and
Right.
everything. So it's, yeah, I mean, it's a little bit priorities. It's a little bit of just living.
Right, and you got to sometimes.
But it all
Just gotta
boils
make
down
it.
to, I think, at the end of the day, if you don't have the love and the drive to want to
Right.
do what you guys
You're gonna
are
make
doing,
an excuse up for it
yeah,
every time.
for sure.
Oh, yeah, because there's no money in it.
Right.
No.
No, you're not going to just, yeah, I'll quit the vape shop and do this. No.
Yeah, that's for for yourself, the
Keep-
glorification that
Yeah.
you want.
Keep
That's
your,
what we're
keep your
here
jobs
for,
at the
too.
vape shops. Please. But enough about me.
Yeah, this week we're talking Captain Planet. We're going to revisit a section of the X-Files that we thought wasn't going to happen.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Still blown away by that and how soon it's coming so
Yeah,
quick.
it just dropped right in our lap. But we do have a new Batman Forever collection that just dropped by Spin Masters, available at Target, that we'll dive into. But Captain Planet.
Yes.
Remember Captain Planet?
Of
dude?
course.
Fucking love it. It was like the pick your shit up or I'm going to whoop your ass kind of vibes as
Yeah.
we were kids, but in a polite
It was
way.
like the crying Indian for a new age.
It was really specific Green Lantern rings.
It
Yeah.
was, yeah.
But
There was a Power Ranger kind of cross there, you know.
Dynamite and Warner Brothers will present Captain Planet in an energized yet faithful, modernized version of the franchise that will come Earth Day. It's going to be a new comic book. They got 4 variant covers they're going to drop for it.
Nice.
But the weird thing about it is your Earth-friendly comic book going to come out on Comic Book Day on papers.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see
Fucking
what they do.
test me.
There's gotta
How
be
about
that.
it? How about
They
it?
gotta have some
The
green
irony.
aspect to it. Maybe they use old, used up fucking comic books and revamp them into new ones. You know,
Very recycled paper.
it has to be
right.
on
I
something.
forget that's a thing because like 90% of comic books nowadays are recycled.
Right.
Yeah, I think 50 of those are my old Night Watch number ones.
There you go. There's a ton of Torok #1s going out. Dude.
No!
That's bullshit.
They have to rip off the chromium cover first.
But for those of you that don't remember Captain Planet was an animated superhero television series created by Barbara Plyer and Ted Turner that aired from 1990 to 1992. A sequel series that later aired, it was The New Adventures of Captain Planet, that was produced by Hanna-Barbera Cartoons and broadcast from 1993 to 1996.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's right around that era that I was getting into it. Like, watching it any younger than that, probably wouldn't recognize it. But I had the toys, I had the fucking ring, I had the t-shirt, and most importantly, I picked up my trash so I didn't trash the sea turtles.
There you go.
Oh, man. Made you a better person.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
For sure. Still instilled those values into me to this day.
Yeah. I always try to recycle if I can, but Florida makes it really hard. It's like the only place they're just like, recycling? How about go fuck yourself? For real, like, you want recycling, you actually have to pay more for it, so it's up to you. You can just throw your garbage away or pay for it.
Well, and then we had that scandal 2 years ago. The guy was just skimming the money off the top and taking it right to the landfill. So even if you want it, and going through all the channels.
But there was a lot of famous voice actors.
Yeah, there was.
Captain Planet.
Yeah, they had Jeff Goldblum, Meg
That was
Ryan.
a fucking big one. Meg Ryan's
Yeah,
a huge one.
that's pretty freaking huge. Jeff Goldblum is always a very good one to have. If you got his name attached to anything, especially in the 90s,
Oh, man.
you were fucking doing stuff. So.
But talking about the recursion of Street Sharks and Biker Mice from Mars that we did last episode, that's just dripping 90s nostalgia.
Oh, yeah.
For early's not.
That
Man,
was my
just-
childhood.
Just think of the toys, how epic they're going to be when these come out.
Yeah.
You know, they're
Oh,
going to
man.
be, they have the rings. You know, we can all have the cool little...
Honestly, if
Indian
you just
Boys
beefed
Earth
up
Ring.
the original design and gave it to me, you know, the same way they've been doing
Yeah, but
this,
you know that's not what... They're not going to drop...
give me a fully articulated NECA.
They will.
Ultimate fucking Captain Planet.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
But not before you give me Jim Varney from Ernest.
So what do you think they're going to do? How they,
A Scared Stupid 2-pack? Are you kidding me?
No, to
fucking
me, Vern.
NECA, dude. Come on.
They'll have a full release box open set like how your Batman one is, I'm sure.
That Batman
Something fucking crazy with Captain Planet in the middle and all the kids wrapped around.
Oh, man. That would be amazing.
I mean, what other toy set of Batman Ultimates can you get where you have full-fledged Batman nipples all the way across the board?
That's the best bat suit.
Yeah, you can't ask for more.
I'm not arguing against bat nipples at this point.
I guess since we're on the subject of Batman, we just kind of trailed
Yeah,
into
let's
it.
do it.
We mentioned that Spin Master was doing a Target exclusive, and that was the collection of 5-inch action figures, which are inspired by Val Kilmer's Batman, Chris O'Donnell's Robin, Tommy Lee Jones' Two-Face, and Jim Carrey's The Riddler.
I feel like Chris O'Donnell was hated on way too much for that Robin role.
He really
Like
was.
straight out of the 90s.
Ooh!
I went and picked these up.
You
last
got the
week.
Batmobile.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
he done
last week
showed
they
up.
came out.
Why talk about it when you can show
yeah,
it?
dude, I
You know
got
what
it.
I mean?
But they come in a retro style packaging, as you can see, with eye-popping blues, greens, and yellows, along with that classic Batman Forever logo. They are available at Target.
seat, cuz.
And they're- you know, normally when companies do a retro release like that, there's a big gimmicky price tag on it, and these weren't bad at all. This
Right.
Batmobile set was $20.
That's crazy. You never see something
That's like
that.
90s pricing. Almost.
For real.
That's
these
great.
were-
They put the TV on the Riddler, man.
Yeah, now they are lacking some accessories. I'll say that, but the figures themselves
They
are
got
like
out with-
$8.99.
They got out what they needed to so you could get it.
Yeah,
And you didn't break the bank. You could get everything at one drop. This is freaking cool for $20. That's awesome.
and that's a variant Batman from the original one that you get in the package.
What?
So it's kind of like
A little
a little
here you
something,
go.
something.
Oh, here, I got to pass.
So you got a figure and the car.
Yeah,
For 20
$20.
Oh,
Can't
wow.
beat that.
And I didn't get Two-Face and Robin.
You're
yet.
still looking for
Yeah,
those
I'm still
ones.
looking for them.
You even got Val Kilmer's chubby jawline.
Yeah, man, got to.
That coal weighs heavy on the neck. Or the cowl.
Coming soon, Superman, huh? That's what they did to my boy. Superman's ruined now.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Oh, with the broccoli hair?
No, well, that too, but
Oh.
I mean, they totally made him. He's gay now. Superman's gay.
Oh, I thought that was just his kid.
No, he's
Oh,
gay.
new story.
Yeah, I was like shocked by it. I was like, how did they even do that?
So is it? So
Hey man, this is America.
so is it Lewis Lane or are they? Is that just?
See, I don't know how they're gonna implement that yet, but the
Mm.
new movie's supposed to be coming out. There's a new show and a movie coming within the next couple of years.
Oh, that's right. I heard about the show too.
The show is starting first.
I'm not even going to front. I'm not super into Superman.
I'm not at all, but when you see that in headlines, it's stands out.
Not unless it's Nick Cage, Superman.
I'm not the biggest DC fan, but I will give James Gunn a shot. I like what he's done so far. Granted, all I've seen is Creature Commandos. But, I would like to see a respectable DCU.
I mean, I thought they
DC.
were doing okay. I thought the Justice League was going to actually lead into something, and they just keep falling on their fucking face here. They can't keep the people in the places that they need to be.
Their heart's in the right place.
They're trying, but the problem is they
If their head was up their ass and their heart was located on their back, I mean...
They just reach a little too far every time.
I think they built a pretty nice aura for all of their characters. They all fit really well within that world. And then they got Zack Snyder and just upped the doom level on everything, where DC's supposed to be kind of quirky anyway. It's not supposed to be 300.
Right.
That's
probably about the most accurate description of DC recently. It's fucking 300. Just every...
Yeah. Well, I liked that they were going the darker, more doomy kind of fucking vibe. It was more for adults.
Yeah.
And that's the big problem. You can't do that these days because there's more kids going to movies than there are. That's why Marvel did so fucking well, because they catered to them, to the younger generation. But they gave us what we wanted. The diehard fans.
Yeah. I mean, we did have a good run from the late 80s to the early 2000s. The Batman reign was most supreme.
Dude, those were the best. They made it gimmicky with
Which
art.
one
it was as gimmicky as it was.
Which was your favorite?
What's my favorite?
Yeah.
Which one? For Batman?
Yeah, I'd say run it until the most recent ones, but out of the basic...
It's just Batman Returns.
Batman Returns is great.
I mean, just the best casting you could ask for. I mean, if you were to tell me...
That's Tim Burton's was the Return one. He did the first two, right?
Well, I think he just did Batman, and then he did Batman Returns.
He did the first two.
Yeah. And which is funny. It's real because I have such a problem with this. Tim Burton has never read a Batman comic or a comic book.
Yeah,
but he can fucking direct his way out of anything.
But he made it work.
And it was great.
I mean, he made such good movies. We forgot Christopher Walken was in one of them.
Dazzle them with brilliance or baffle them with bullshit.
I mean, you turned freaking the tallest midget actor into like
Danny
a freaking...
That is
God.
the reason. That is the reason to love this movie. It's
It
not
is.
because Catwoman is legitimately crazy and not just some sultry half love interest.
Right.
It is Danny DeVito.
It is. It's my favorite.
As Oswald Cobblepot.
Perfect.
And just him it was him manipulating. That's what I remember as
Yes.
a 6-year-old. Him manipulating the crowd.
Christopher Walken?
Well, that was
Oh,
him-
what a
him-
good lackey. What a good lackey he was.
He was being manipulated most of it. It was great. That was one of the best.
It was I am the most powerful until Danny DeVito shows up. All right, I'm sorry, Frank.
How about you? What's yours?
Dude, Batman Forever.
Forever.
It was,
Dude,
it
Arnold's
was, it was like I'd seen the first two, kind of younger, and then watched them as I got to that age. But when Batman Forever came out, I wasn't quite a teenager.
Yeah.
And seeing that in the theaters, and it was just that newest,
Yeah.
modern spin on the Batman.
And it was the closest, I feel like, to the comics or like the cartoons at the time, where they made it really kind of a joke, and it was fun and it worked. They punch him and the dude skyrockets across the fucking room. It was.
But to have that and then Batman and Robin come shortly after that, I would say that was my probably favorite. But the first two certainly hold a magical cosmic in my heart all around. But if I had to choose, Batman Forever.
Oh, if I could take the suits
because of the soundtrack.
If I could take the Joel Schumacher suits and put them in the Tim Burton movie, that would be amazing to me. Just think about it.
I did.
It
happened pretty quick.
how contrasting that would be to such a dark, gloomy atmosphere. Anyway, I love the Robin suit. I can't say enough about that Robin suit.
Yeah.
It was so
good.
serious.
I liked it.
Compared to the vest from the 60s.
Honestly, I feel like any of the Batman movies, even Batman Beyond, was an incredible trilogy.
But
I
most
thought those were
favorite, can't get tired of watching, Adam West era, dude. There's nothing better than spandex and grown men cosplaying as superheroes gacked out on cocaine. Like, you have to. Are you kidding me? You can't tell me they weren't high. The Bat Shark repellent spray, Robin.
I mean, it was the 60s.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, they just casually go into a drive-in burger joint and it's just like, oh, hi, Batman. hello, lady.
Like when their idea of method acting was, oh, it's okay, Caesar, you don't have to shave the mustache. We'll just paint the fuck over it.
Yeah, no one will tell.
Yeah.
Nobody
People-
will ever notice that.
Nowadays,
mustache.
people like make life-changing events to their body for a role. And
Literally
they just
gain
put
hundreds
face
of-
paint over
That-
their fucking mustache.
They had a really tight budget.
Like Heath Ledger died for that role, bro.
They said, oh, we got a mustache problem. How do we fix this? What'd they do in the 40s?
Cocaine and face paint.
More white paint. It'll cover the cocaine too.
It'll make you look more distinguished.
Right. To the powder room.
So what? So no love for the Christian Bale?
I love the Christian. That's what I was just saying.
saying? I wasn't good enough.
I thought it was great. I thought they had a good premise.
I think it was good on it. He did a great job with it.
Mhm.
But I feel like if Christian Bale didn't have that background of being Christian Bale,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have liked it as much. But because Christian Bale is who Christian Bale is,
But
it
think
works.
about that, dude. Every Batman is an iconic superstar. There's never been a Batman where he was just some nobody. Well, I mean, I can't say it.
That is a good point. That is
So
a very good point.
that's the reason I feel like they drew people into Batman. If you just threw some nobody that nobody knew into it, I think it would crash really bad.
Could you pick Nicolas Cage as Batman?
Yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, he was Superman. Come on. What?
Yeah. But Superman is a different. That's a different
Well, now hold on.
crusader all on its own. Picture Nicolas Cage. Seriously. It's the fucking Dark Knight. You know, like. you think he would take it seriously, or he would just Nick?
No.
They're like, okay, Nick, listen. We need you to actually channel the bat, and he's like, okay, I got it. I'm the vengeance. No. Somebody get Keanu Reeves in here. What's going on, guys? You know, like, listen to
Dude,
me.
what? Nick Cage's Batman, Keanu Reeves is
Listen to
Robin.
me,
Is that what you're
Cage,
saying?
baby. It's okay. Just I am the night. You know, like,
I think the second Nicolas Cage steps into the Bruce Wayne role, I would just not take him seriously.
I love Nicolas Cage, but I couldn't do it.
But as world's greatest detective, he is a bit noir.
There you go. Well, I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with
Yeah,
that. I think it's
I've
gonna
seen
be
some of the
fucking
shots
awesome
already.
because he does have that very pronounced voice that stands out. And if you keep his face covered so you can't see his fucking eyeballs creeping you out, it's gonna be fucking great.
And I feel like he doesn't have the chin for it, so
Right.
maybe we make the cow go all the way like in the old days.
I think
Little
it'll be
Keaton rubber suit action.
yeah. I
Did
think
you
it'll
guys
be a hard.
catch that? I don't know if it was his most recent one. No, because he did long legs and all that. But the massive waste of talent. or
Yeah,
something
I haven't watched it yet, but I've seen
with
it.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, the unbearable weight of massive
Fantastic.
talent.
Was it good? Yeah.
What a great
I
experience!
laughed. I
I
cried.
got it on my to-watch
Great
list.
experience.
Good shit.
I mean, you know, not every meta movie can be great. This one is.
Yeah.
I figured as much as it would be because it's like Nicolas Cage. It's Nicolas Cage and a Nicolas Cage movie about Nicolas Cage.
It's slightly less chaotic than being John Malkovich.
Well, that's good to know because John Malkovich is fucking awesome.
Malkovich.
Who wouldn't want to be John Malkovich?
With his terrible, the worst of all time Russian accent.
Oh no!
Oh
I don't
no!
think we've had an episode where a fucking figure
Fatality.
didn't go down.
Actually, that's happened every
Every single
single
time.
episode.
Oh good, it wasn't just me twice.
Whoopsies.
yeah. I mean, it's always from that side of the table.
It's okay.
but-
You can play with my toys. It's all right.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
so
they're there
check
for.
this out, dude. Independence Day original, like, yeah, dude. The lid comes off and it came with a
Tell me
limited edition floppy disk.
Tell me you got a
No,
the 3.5 inch. The old days.
Back when Oregon Trail was a real man's
The
game.
ancient tomes of wisdom on the 3.5 inch floppy. All right, now I don't want to break
Hot
this.
in here.
How does it?
You got
The little
heat
latch.
turned up in here.
pushes up.
Oh, it pushes.
Oh,
Like a battery thing. Aw, is it bad? I was hoping for Will Smith.
He just comes out and slaps you in the face. Keep my name out your mouth.
That is Will Smith if you squint hard enough.
Oh, funny man, funny man.
Oh man, that's cool. Oh, and he's got storage. Anyway, don't let me distract you. I'm just. Don't let me distract.
Just play with the toys. Excellent. Yes, welcome to the dark side.
Now we're at the part of the show where grown men just play with toys at the table.
Oh man, that's a side series right there.
Yeah.
Grown men play with toys.
Join us on our OnlyFans, patron. $8.99 monthly subscribe.
This isn't what I thought it was.
The old bait and switch, motherfucker. Gotcha.
You can catch out as only nerds.
Only nerds.
That's good. All right, cool.
But yeah, so we talked about last episode, X-Files.
Yep.
And we talked about how what Canadian director, let me not trash his name, I don't even remember, so we're not going to discuss that name, but some Canadian producer is picking up the X-Files for a new season where they're going to relive the X-Files in a new imagination.
Well,
However,
it's a mini-series, right?
yeah, well,
I don't think it's reimagined.
his is I'm talking about
Oh,
the
you're talking about-
information that we discussed prior.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we were talking about the prior speculation for what was going on. It was picked up by a Canadian film company or something up north, and they got the rights for it to create a new series with the rights. Meanwhile, they just dropped in our lap that X-Files Season 12 is a continuation that's
Coming
going
out
to drop.
in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, X-Files Season 12 returns with a 2-night event on February 16th and 17th, 2025, as Mulder and Scully are once again called back to investigate FBI's most mysterious cases. A global interest, viral phenomenon, and dangerous conspiracy threaten humanity's return, forcing them to confront their darkest fears.
Yeah, and we're getting 10 magical episodes of this.
10
episodes.
10
Not sure how they're
episodes.
going to release them right off the bat, but we'll see. You know, I doubt they're going to drop everything. They want to keep you coming back, but it's going to be coming to Fox on Hulu.
So it's not a limited series.
It is a
Yeah,
limited
it
series.
is. But Chris Carter, Duchovny,
Yep, everyone's
Anderson.
they're coming back. It's going to be the whole.
All right.
yeah,
All
because
right.
if I remember correctly, season 12 hit hard on a cliffhanger,
Yeah.
and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like,
We all seen Californication. He can't be doing great, so I'm sure he needs this more than anything.
but yeah, they just kind of dropped that in my lap, and usually I'm all in that radar, that realm, and that one.
Yeah, that was
They kept
totally
that
out of
hush-hush.
nowhere. I was just sitting scrolling, I think, and I was like, "What the heck is this?" And I hit you up like, "Did you see this?" You're like, "This is be awesome."
I've heard there was rumors about it, but there's rumors about everything.
There it is.
Well,
literally.
he had just done, I want to say Anderson had just done an interview where she was talking about how she would like to come back to X-Files and this and that, but she really doesn't foresee it happening. So it was kind of like, okay, well, any potential got shot down with that interview, and then you drop this in my lap.
That's
and
what
yeah.
they want you to think.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Good job, Hollywood.
They're not like the fucking MCU.
right.
They pulled a Garfield
Keep
on
me
us,
waiting
that's
for
all.
3 years and then drop shit in my lap. Thanks. She-Hulk.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Hulk, there are actually quiet rumors rumbling right now of the World War Hulk coming out with all the original Hulks that have been Hulks into like a multiverse.
Okay.
So it looks pretty freaking cool. So
I was just thinking the other day,
Yeah,
I would
Edward
love
Norton
to see
would-
Edward Norton.
God, he was the best. I don't know why.
Just
And you know
everything.
that is actually canon too. His is part of the MCU.
You know?
technically.
Yep.
I think because it tanked so hard the first time, Ryan Reynolds, where his status is now, in Hollywood, he's MCU's Jesus.
Yeah.
Why not bring him back as the Green Lantern?
I think he
again
would be
and
fucking awesome.
Modern time, give him a better storyline, something that's going to tickle people a little bit more.
I
He
think it would
already
be
has
cool,
that.
but they don't want a white Green Lantern. They've already made it very clear. They want the 2000s era Green Lantern from the cartoon.
That Jon Stewart is the one that I grew up with, and that's the only one I haven't seen. My vote is for Black Hammer. I want that.
I'm okay with either way. I'm just spitballing that,
I love,
but it
I
could work.
still love the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern
Yeah,
movie.
I loved it
fucking
as well.
thought it was
But
great.
that's the beauty of Earth. They have multiple Green Lanterns.
Yeah, so
Exactly.
many. So
Yes!
many.
And I think the best thing, honestly, if they wanted to save the Justice League movies, if they did something crossed with Mortal Kombat in a movie, like Injustice,
Yeah,
would be the best thing to literally save them right now.
I do think DC does better crossovers.
Yes.
Like, they handle the stories well.
I mean, dude, Injustice was fucking huge. That game was so fucking awesome. It blew up. It was a sequel for it that was amazing. There's a full comic book series on it. It was fucking great.
That's something they should have done with a Spawn movie back in '95.
Yeah.
It was Batman cameo.
That would
Why
have
not?
been a Batman Spawn
Michael
movie.
Keaton. Hey, Spawn, your pizza's here. Just kind of batarangs it in and fucking disappears.
Trying to think of a word I'm trying to think of a battle word with a C for capes. Anyway, the tassel of the capes.
There you go.
Oh, that would have been too good.
The clashing.
Two cape tussle.
The clashing capes. It's two powerhouses meet.
Which cape will survive?
It's not Batman, just so you know.
Michael Keaton, Michael J. White.
Dude, I just think that he got raw dogged. I mean, he was such a fucking great Spawn.
Oh man, Michael J. White is a legend.
He is.
I mean,
It sucks that he got stuck in that. Oh, did you hear that?
Dinner's done.
oh, is that what that was? I'm just like,
It sucked that he got kind of stuck into this worse than C-list actor movies. He didn't like his movies are great. Even his under budget movies are great, but he just got fucking railroaded. I feel like he should have totally been a member in the Expendables and shit. I thought he could have been a great part in that.
easily.
And
I feel like he didn't want all that. I feel like he wanted to
He followed his
spend more
martial arts.
family time
Well, he
and
followed
martial
his
arts
martial
and this
arts
and that. He had more kind of a true and righteous past, if you will.
but still, I feel like he got screwed.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're giving Jean-Claude Van Damme another chance, come on.
Another chance, and another
And
one,
another.
and another one, and let's put him in with Dolph Lundgren for another one.
Right. So, with that, do you think we have that? I haven't heard shit about the Spawn thing. Have you heard anything new with that movie?
No.
It's pretty much fucking
It's-
probably toast, huh?
I wouldn't say dead in the water, but somebody's dragging their feet unmotivated.
Well, it's kind of like the same thing. Mega Man. It's like, why haven't we gotten a fucking decent Mega Man?
yeah,
game?
why haven't we got
Yes!
Why
Mega Man?
haven't we
Jesus
got
Christ.
Mega Man Legends? Well, the story is that Capcom is basically fucking holding him
Everything,
hostage.
as they do.
They put it in every game they ever make. I mean, Dead Rising games are nothing but Mega Man references in it.
Mm-hmm.
And the company that made Mega Man actually split off, and now they do Mighty Man 9 or something.
When was the last time
Names.
Capcom did a movie outside of Street Fighter?
They
That
got
I
a new
can
Street.
remember.
There's a new Street Fighter coming out, but they got a lot of miniseries animated.
Wait, wasn't Capcom Resident Evil?
Yeah.
Capcom is
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if they
Last-
same rights for movies.
no, they don't have any affiliation with the movies. for
Damn, they got shafted on
No,
a
they sold
9 series.
just like
empire.
anything did at that time.
They were like, "Hey, you give us $3 million, we're good."
Look
And
at-
then 9 movies later, they're like,
Spider-
"Fuck!"
Marvel gave away fucking Spider-Man
To Sony?
Yeah, so I mean,
Oh, the worst. I hate that. Don't.
but I'm saying it wasn't uncommon into the '90s for that.
Fun
to happen.
fact: I didn't know that Sam Raimi did that first Spider-Man movie until like years later, and I was like, "No, no wonder why it was so fucking good." And the soundtrack, the video, everything about it was great.
every
Yeah.
line having meaning.
Yeah, Chad Kroger on the rooftop just singing in them jeans with the haircut.
Only a hero could save.
You guys covering some Nickelback next weekend?
Never.
No.
We'll cover Taylor Swift before that.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's already been floated.
What, the Taylor Swift part or the Nickelback part?
We're just fighting between 4 different songs. That's all it is. That's the only reason we don't have
Who
one.
was for Nickelback and who was against Nickelback in the band?
What do you, as a whole, or just covering them?
As
What were the
covered-
numbers?
Who were the positive votes and who were the negative
was the-
votes
who
in
were-
the
who were the
band
ayes and
for
the nays?
Nickelback?
All right, so I'm not going to put anybody under the bus.
Come on!
But what I will say is I am against it. I will not.
So there's a rat amongst them.
I
Is what
refuse.
you-
Well, maybe not a rat. Maybe a mouse.
I feel like a gerbil,
Maybe a
cute
mouse.
one, cute one, like a Siberian dwarf hamster.
There we go.
There you go.
With
All
a
right.
Now, I feel like
just
Richard might get a kick out of it.
Yes.
Maybe his humor.
Yes.
Daryl, I feel like would immediately be like, no.
Oh, he still jams out. He'll rock out. He don't care.
Dude, I was doing I'm not gonna say which platform, but I was streaming some music, and the old Santana Nickelback stuff came on. I had forgotten
Oh, I
that
forgot
even
all about
happened, dude. It rips. I'm in the shop. I got my caffeine going on. I'm jamming, and it fucking comes on, and I'm like, oh, I forgot. Yeah, it was good stuff.
Santana was all over the radio putting them
So
licks on
good.
so everywhere.
So good.
There's at least 4 songs where he's credited on, and
Yeah.
I'm just you made this band better.
Magic, baby, magic.
He did it.
hands.
Good for you, Carlos.
I think it was a mustache.
my dog.
It's the mustache.
Was it?
Thin
Yeah,
mustache.
it's that Santana mustache. That mustache magic on everything. It's like I became a better person when I grew a beard. You know what I mean?
Oh, and a worse guitar player without.
You got it.
You know what? I wasn't gonna call you out on that, but I love it. And since I done told everybody else's, our drummer won't do it because it's too modern.
Nickelback?
Nickelback, yes,
Oh.
too modern,
They're modern.
so modern. I mean, they're
Spice it up a little bit. Give them a
cutting
watch.
edge.
Just on the cusp of fucking technology there.
It's like, look, there's two things in this world I can't play. It's Dream Theater and fucking Nickelback. I don't know what to tell you guys. I
It's a
told
cultural
you that.
thing.
I told you that. I said 3 fucking times, no salmon.
Right.
There's no end to that point. It's the pizza cutter. No end to it.
That's good.
Oh, he's terrible.
Is it like one of those traditional band things where it's like you don't want to do too many covers because you don't want to become that proverbial cover band?
It's really hard not to because they're just so fun.
There's a lot of fucking good songs out there.
And especially when you can put a breakdown in literally any song you want.
Right.
Why would you not? But it's every once in a while we get our hopes and dreams and desires and our fever dreams. We get them kind of dashed because then we see, oh, you're not making original music anymore. You're just doing covers. Interesting. Why did you let your dreams die? And so that's kind of.
I think covers all boil back to that fucking 10 and 12-year-old inside all of us that was jamming out in our bedroom going, I just want to play fucking Iron Man in front of a bar of a bunch of drunk dudes and jam out. That's all. You know?
And no hate, especially if that's how you make your living. Good for you. You drink better than I am. Because I don't make my money with music. So huge shout out to anybody that is able to do that. But it's not for me.
Right.
I just follow your heart in that one. So
it's
whatever's the best for you.
I just can't remember all the lyrics. That's all it is. That's literally
It just started me on the thing when y'all put out Psycho Killer. I was a huge dude. You have no fucking idea. It was Psycho Killer that I threw in the comments when y'all were asking about it, and Echo the Bunnymen. People Are Strange.
Yep.
Where it was a cover of a cover.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted those fucking songs to happen, and fucking Psycho Killer, but I think there was like 5 other people in line for that same thing, and I was like, that would be really cool, but how do you turn that into a heavier song? And lo and behold, y'all figured it out.
Easily.
Because I sat down trying to think about it. I'm like, how the fuck would I do that? And it didn't happen.
Well, it's really simple as long as you let Richard handle it.
There you go.
It's super easy. There's a recipe, and we just
And
hand
it's
that
somebody
over to
else's
Richard.
problem. Yep. I'm just here for the vibes. That's it.
Hell yeah. I
So,
still have to hear this one.
do you guys
I
usually
haven't heard it yet.
you write lyrics before the boys write a song, or the boys usually write a song? and then
No,
come in
I'll do like
and
a.
lay down the pipes.
I'll just I'll be like a half-assed John Cena and write down things that I like every once in a while, like something I think is witty, and then Richard will come in, write everything. I'll start to get an idea. The band will come in, formulate, and then I'm generally the last one to add anything to it.
So they start with the written part for you guys, and then make the rhythm and stuff around it, or do you guys start?
Oh no, we start with the music.
Yeah, that's
first.
what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to do it the other way.
I mean, it's
There's
just
people out there that do that.
Man, that would be tough.
It's
Hearing the song,
I
and
can't
how it
fucking do
flows, it's really easier to put lyrics together than.
well, that's how Adele works. Adele will write the whole song, vocal melody, everything, and take it to one guy. I'm pretty sure his name is Richard.
To a producer.
And it's one guy that writes all the Adele music, and she's just, this is the recording.
This is the same guy who did the Ghostbusters soundtrack.
Is it really?
No.
Don't kid with me like that. They're both bangers now.
I know.
They're both bangers, man.
That one just got me.
You tell me the dude who wrote the music for Skyfall is also behind the Ghostbusters theme. I will believe it.
I don't know why I thought that was so funny. It just was. It was one of those things, man. You know, one of those things.
I mean, cool if true.
I don't think it is. It was like, I think me and Richard
sounds
one time
too
were
good
having
to
a
be true.
conversation. He had bought a Ibanez Spawn guitar, and I was like, "Ooh, I didn't realize it was a thing." And we were talking about it, and I was like, "Yeah, you know, Todd McFarlane wrote the X-Men theme," and he's like, "What? Fucking McFarlane plays the guitar?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude wrote the fucking X-Men," and like it went on for like a good 10 seconds, and then I was like, "No, that didn't happen." He's like, "I didn't think so," but it was, I was actually honestly kind of jealous of that because if somebody told me that, I would freak the fuck out over it, and but yeah.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Todd McFarlane wrote the
wrote
X-Men
the
theme.
90s X-Men lawsuit. Here we go. Canceled.
It's the internet. Start a rumor. Why not?
Why not? Start some shit.
That's one of the best
Adele,
rumors.
fuck you. No, she's a sweetheart. Beautiful lady. Love her music. Voice of an angel.
She's no Todd McFarlane.
Yeah, she's no Todd McFarlane, though, right? He writes everything for Fergie. I don't know in case you knew that. How's she doing nowadays, by the way?
I think the last time I saw her was New Year's Rockin' Eve, to be completely honest with you. But
That
even
horrible dance move
I was
that she
joking,
was
but
doing?
this New Year's?
Well, no, that was 4 years ago. So I have no idea. I know the Black Eyed Peas aren't getting back together.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Will.i.am.
What do you do?
I don't fucking know. I have no idea. I just
You
know
just
his,
assume it
I
happens.
just know his name.
It's
He's the only
his
one I
fault.
know.
That's always
It's
it.
the only one I do.
I always thought Fergie was Fanta, so that didn't ever work for me. You know, always somebody brought me a grape cool soda. So
One of
it's like I want to hear a Fanta, and they're like, "What the fuck is that?" Here you go. It's a drink. I'm like, "Oh,
No.
I thought that was an artist."
He's just looking at it. No.
Anyways, yeah, you ain't seen no chickens running around in India.
I don't know, man. I've never been.
Not since Modi came
Exactly.
to power.
That's my point. Nobody.
Not since Modi.
I don't even think it's a real place anymore. I think it's like Narnia.
I'll believe India over Australia. I'm sorry. No. Nobody talks like that. Come on.
I think.
Good eye, mate. Shut the fuck up.
You turn my headphones down some.
The greatest prank on humanity was Steve Irwin existed.
What?
Australia
And that's the episode.
doesn't exist.
I miss Steve Irwin so much.
Him and Charles Darwin owned the same tortoise. I did not know that.
In relations.
120 years that tortoise was alive.
You know, I
Minimum.
think I was 6 and I had a Steve Irwin themed birthday party.
I can
Publix
totally-
had a
I can
cake,
totally-
yeah, and I had the fucking.
What
he had a
did, was it? Did they mistake it for like you were like I really want an Indiana Jones? Best we could do is Steve Irwin.
No.
Crikey!
While we're on the subject of that, fun fact again, I actually don't want to say this on the podcast.
Oh no.
For the longest time, I hadn't seen Indiana Jones. Okay,
No.
and I watched it as an adult, and I really didn't fucking enjoy it.
No.
At all.
I'm gonna come out and say it. Brittany put it on last night in bed, and I told her to turn that shit off.
Okay, so
Wait, okay,
that
which
makes me feel better.
which one?
All of them.
All of the-
It was
you played-
Temple of Doom. That,
Okay, fuck Temple of Doom.
And
I'll
I
give you
just,
that.
I don't know. I think it's one of the movies that just over glorified.
I think Temple of Doom was super
Fuck, dude, the
overglorified.
Alien one was even worse. The fucking.
Oh no, that one was just bad. That shouldn't have existed.
In its defense, I was kind of being pressured into watching it in my older age.
Yeah,
so I wasn't
that's
in that
kinda-
mood, you know.
I seen it growing up, but I never really cared. I watched it because it was, hey, we're going to go watch it, and watched it. But it's not a movie I'm going to watch over and over.
right.
It's Raiders of the Lost Ark or nothing. That's
Yeah.
all I want. I just want.
I just like that little
I want the
Chinese
whip
kid.
scenes. Oh, what?
Mr. Jones!
Short round.
Short round.
Give me like Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, fuck it. That's
Yeah.
my fucking
Oh, yeah.
favorite. I got like 5 of those comic books just sitting waiting to get created.
And in my older age, everybody's like, "Damn, why are you so fucking weird?" Because I grew up watching shit like that.
Just straight acid trips in the 90s.
Yeah, well, fuck. Anything he touched, though, was awesome back in the day.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you got Escape from New York, Escape from L.A. I mean, fucking the True Snake fucking Plissken. Let's go, baby. This was awesome. That's literally what his name was.
I know. I wouldn't say
Listen-
the true
listen
Snake
here.
Plissken. Metal Gear Solid holds a place.
This was
deep.
this was pre Metal Gear Solid. And this was literally what they formed that character off of.
I know, but when I watch the movie and I play the video game, I don't.
You don't make the
interlink two.
connection?
No, not at all.
What?
I don't know.
How
I
he
get it. I get it. I
You sure
understand
you watched it?
Yeah.
Which eye?
Which eye?
They changed it according to scenes and which one the makeup artist had better on the day. But no, it wasn't. I don't know. I
Speaking
don't.
of old movies that kind of go in that post-apocalyptic world thing that I was talking about the other night, and there's a new one that's out. It's called Arena Wars. If you want to have a good fucking laugh at a good movie and it actually is pretty entertaining, check it out. It's Arena Wars. It's like a TV show where they throw people in to kill each other that are like convicted felons. It reminded me of the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, Running Man.
Okay.
And it was the same premise, not as good quality-wise, because, I mean, that movie was fucking awesome. But it's the same idea, revamped. And it was okay. So check that one out. It's pretty good.
I was hoping you were going to say Waterworld.
Well, that too. I watch
Kevin
Waterworld
Costner.
at least once a month. I mean, that's the best. He's got muted!
Yeah, like, as much as I would want them to redo Waterworld,
I don't want them to fuck up.
It was so much water. I feel like
Well, I mean,
just
it's
a
a
little
world.
bit of just a little bit of grass would have made that movie
Well,
pop.
they had to fucking fight Mel Gibson and Road Warriors, so I mean, it was
There
literally.
was no water in that movie.
They're like, did you see that Australian guy in that movie they made? It was just desert. Holy shit! I got the idea. How about a show? It's just water.
Water, man.
But it's,
Fucking do it. You got the budget.
It started because I don't know if you knew, with the production company that did Mad Max.
Yeah.
And later on went to Waterworld. That's not actually how it happened. We're talking in theories here.
In
But
theory.
say they own both of them, right? So the Mad Max company bought up all this fucking sand, right?
So you
Ergo,
mean-
Yeah.
it drove
So
the
Disney
market
bought
for demand
up
for sand,
everything.
and Waterworld was like, oh,
down. It's
fuck.
it's
We
like
want to
a-
make Waterworld. We want to make this movie, right? But we can't afford any fucking sand. Bill, I've got it. Fucking Waterworld. You're brilliant. God damn
$1
it.
million idea. Get in here.
What?
Give me all the water in the world right now. And then double it. What, sir? We can't do that. Fucking figure it out.
Hey, you know last week how we built that world on sand? What about water, man?
Yeah.
It was in that era where Michael Douglas had been Bowser in Super Mario Brothers, and they were like, we need a villain. Somebody batshit crazy that absolutely, utterly belongs in the back of a...
Dennis Hopper.
Yeah, Dennis
That's
Hopper.
hyper.
Dennis Hopper.
Dennis Hopper. Michael Douglas.
Might as well just said Anthony Hopkins at this fucking point.
It's just
He would have...
He would have been.
That would have worked.
listen. We
He's too
need a
busy
triplets
doing
movie
classic
immediately.
Broadway.
This is Anthony
He would have
Hopkins.
been on the jet ski. Tell me, when we come for you at night, do you still have the jet skis when you sleep upon your boat? Vroom, vroom. Do you hear them calling you? At night when you sleep, do they keep you awake? The streams of the petroleum that we burn off constantly.
The jet skis have to go faster than 85 miles per hour. You don't understand. Bowser will kill me.
God.
He'll kill all of us.
Watch out for the shells!
He's got a blue one.
Wait. How many mushrooms did you eat? You ate 2 of the green and 1 of... No, your head's gonna explode, bro.
Quick, take these PIM particles.
Oh shit.
Wait, do those make you bigger or smaller? I don't know. Shit.
It's well going on.
Mr.
So you
Potter.
are you gamer then? Do you game?
I used to be super into game. I haven't had a what is it? A
gaming
working system in about 2 years. Microsoft locked me out of my Xbox account. So then I was like, fuck consoles.
Yeah.
I'm saving up for a PC.
That's the way
I
to
have
go.
exactly $0 saved up for it. That's how that works.
Yeah, well, PC. I switched to the dark side of quite a few years ago, and then I went really bad into it.
That's what I grew up with it. So I'm just,
See, I never had one. I never was like able to until I was an adult.
oh.
Like I just a very poor family grew up as.
Yeah.
Like I was the kid that would come over to your house and
Like, so poor he didn't have a family.
yeah. Well,
Oh.
truthfully, I went through an orphanage, so
Yeah?
See, the jokes
Cat-
just keep getting darker.
Catholic orphanage at that.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It writes it fucking self, bud.
Now he has his affliction for the butt stuff.
I do.
And boa constrictors specifically.
Do you still talk to Leela?
No, not anymore.
Hi, Jesus. It's Margaret.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So I like built my first system. Well, I pre-bought a system, a computer, and I was like, "Oh, this is so much fun!" And then really fell off the deep end with it. And now I have like a $6,000 rig.
Fucking hell.
Like yeah, I got i9 3080 Ti Super, like fucking set Ti Super.
I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, dude. It's like when she's talking about cars. I'm just like, big
I went on
numbers.
Amazon and ordered a gaming computer, and I was like, "It's got lights." And Steve's like, "That's not gonna work." I was like, "Watch."
I said, no.
And guess what? I tried to
didn't.
play Helldivers with him.
Nope.
Nope.
See, that would have been the first game that I picked
Oh,
up.
it
too.
was.
It has lights.
I convinced him. So at that time, I was like, "Look, you just gotta fucking do it. Go and buy a PS5 and just fucking get it done."
And I did that.
So
and
you
it
did that.
doesn't have
And
lights.
it's the controller.
It's got a light.
I can't.
It starts up like a PlayStation 1, though.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm Xbox Nation. I like the off-axis.
So now you can get any controller. It don't even matter anymore.
Fun fact.
Oh, for real?
The Xbox is actually coming out with a PlayStation Xbox controller.
What you say?
And PlayStation, they have the SCUF controllers,
Mm-hmm.
and they've made them so they're like. Because I personally like Xbox controllers.
Yeah, the controller S is perfect. There's
It's just
no
I
need
like
to.
this weird thumbs this way. I don't care for.
It's just.
I do use the PlayStation controller just because it's the brand new one.
I just feel like I'm trying to thumb wrestle myself.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, eh. And the triggers are nice. Triggers
Well,
are
see now the
super
PS5
nice.
has adaptable triggers
Yeah, I
on
don't
it.
like that.
You can turn it off.
Oh,
but
can you?
when you're shooting a gun, it
thought I was
actually
breaking
like
my
you can feel like
controller.
you're actually shooting it. It's
Yeah,
like it like kind of fights you.
Sounds cool.
It is pretty
I
cool.
like
but
that.
the touchpad on it's super cool, like for certain games. They have a game that's called Dead Silence or something like that. Anyways, that picks up the mic.
It's a great movie.
It picks up the mic and like you have to be
That
real
was a good
quiet. So it's pretty fucking cool. The other thing, I've been playing the Harry Potter game with my lady,
Hogwarts Legacy?
the Hogwarts Legacy, and anyways, the fucking best part, my lady freaks out about it. Like you go to pet the cat, and the controller starts to vibrate, and it like you purrs
Kinky.
through the controller, and she's like, "No fucking way!" Like not through the TV. The controller purrs and fucking vibrates to it. It's fucking nuts.
Oh, that's cool.
Just gotta make that controller purr real
I,
quick.
she was like, "What the fuck was that?" I'm like, "Want me to pet that kitty again?"
Like
Fucking Jimmy John strikes back. Am I right?
it's bad enough. It's bad enough if I get sick, but it wasn't just he got sick. It was his wife and his 5 kids that got sick.
Everybody gets
No sleep till, my friends. No
No, I
sleep
feel
till. So it was, and it seems like it's an Alabama curse that we can't. We get these show. We really want to play Alabama. We've played Mississippi a bunch. We haven't played Alabama. Every time we get an Alabama show, either the van breaks down, half the band is sickly. That's the
not
only 2
meant to
Alabama
be.
shows we've had, or the venue shuts down. That was a fun one.
It's just not meant to be. You're not meant to be in Alabama.
Not according to the city of Mobile. It wasn't meant to be that day. Fuckers. But no, I think we've only canceled those 2 Alabama shows out of all of them, and it breaks my heart. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
You get good turnouts in Alabama?
In Alabama, we haven't played yet.
That's what he was just saying.
That was the joke.
Oh,
It's
mostly a family affair.
I never had good in Alabama.
You gotta go to Mississippi for that.
I don't know.
No, that's what they my parents got married in Alabama, and it's like, y'all ain't cousins, is you? You got to go to Mississippi for that. And it's like,
No, Saturdays. Next Saturday's going to be good. I've never been to Subculture.
oh, it's fun.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
never been
fun.
there either.
It's my favorite sounding venue because it's the backdrop is a V, so everything just pushes outward.
Is it like a music venue or it's an art gallery, right?
So it's got a stage with the open. It's got a taller stage than Handlebar. Can I name drop people like that?
That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, it's got a taller stage than the Handlebar. It probably comes up to like here on.
See,
those
I think
people.
I seen you guys
shit.
at the Handlebar before I even knew.
Yeah, that's what you had said.
Yeah.
You were like,
No!
We were down there one time for a Wahoo's game, and we went down to the bar, and you were there playing. I'm almost 100% sure.
No, just crazy. Who else was it? Oh, you wouldn't know.
No, it was just, I remember we walked in, it was after the game was over, we walked into the bar, they had live music playing. It was like a crazy reggae, group. Guys just played the same, it was like a 30-minute fucking song. And then you guys, came on, right after.
Yep, I remember that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, when he said it,
I heard the regret in that voice. He's like, yeah, I remember.
I
that.
remember that day.
Tell us about that day, Mike.
'Cause I just remember, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, is this, we were sitting there, I'm like, is this the same song still going on? They're like, yeah. There's no, words in it or nothing. It was wild.
No, just vibes, man. All vibes.
But then you guys came on after, and we were sitting there drinking, and I was like, "This is dope."
You were like, "What the fuck is this?"
It was a good time. That's what I told him. I was like, "I've heard of that." I was like, "I got him on Facebook and stuff already too," and I was like, well, and then you said all that, and I was like, "That's cool."
I think the only moment I ever had that was like, it wasn't even ooh-ah in its moment. It was like after the show, it was like, was we were doing Battle of the Bands, Fort Walton Beach, for like high school bands or some shit like that. And I had this really nice Epiphone Carina Explorer with a black pickguard. And I was playing as a fill-in because Tevin from All in Vain was our drummer. I don't remember which guitarist at the time had an issue and couldn't make it to the show, but he was like, "Hey, you know like half our material, right? Come fucking fill in guitar for the show." And I'm like, okay. You know, I don't have anything else going on. I'll be there. And it was okay. But, you know, I was like a pissant 16, 17-year-old, and I showed up with my half stack and my Explorer, and he's like, "We have an amp for you on stage already, boss. It's pedals only." And I'm like, you know, at the time, I'm like, I get all my tone from this bad boy right here, and it's a Marshall MG.
If I was about to say, if this Marshall doesn't play.
And that's exactly what it was, dude. I was like, I'm not playing this fucking show. I got called out of here on 2 days fucking notice, okay? I backed up my fucking guitar, this big ass fucking amp, put it in the back of this purple fucking PT Cruiser, and drove all the way the fuck out into the parking lot. And now you mean to tell me that I can't fucking play with it? And they're like, "Yeah, you just come on in and play, but it's not that big of a deal." It's not that big of a fucking deal! And, you know, that went. But anyways, went on stage, played the fucking, if you call it the show. I guess it was fun. It was fun. A lot of crowd entertainment.
Fun.
But halfway through, in the middle of a breakdown, my strap lock fails, right? And this is an Explorer. So I drop to a knee. Everybody's, thinking it's, you know, they have, no, my fucking strap failed. And our little camera dude's trying to help me out and shit. And then I break my fucking, like, I want to say it was my low E string. Primary for, you know.
Oh, necessito.
Yeah, that is absolutely necessary. So then what happened was we took, I want to say it was second, and I got like 40 packs of Ernie Ball strings.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I was like, what? Because honestly, because that was such a spur of the moment show, I hadn't changed those fucking strings in like 6 months, you know?
Fucking motherload.
Smoked it all up, you know? But, yeah, that was my one highlight of that. I don't even remember half of it, unless I was drunk.
Was it at that convention center that's on
the Fort Walton Beach? Yeah.
I was a camera guy for one of them's.
Did you fix my strap?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I was there for a
that.
different.
I was like, did you?
No.
You were the one. No, that would have been cool.
You? Shorter than I remember. No,
He was number 1.
How could you not remember? All this time, I gave you 2 hours.
It's like, are you serious? Just bust the fucking table. That this interview is over.
Amateur shit. No, it's for a band called Needless. I was there. I accepted the award with them too.
I love Needless, man.
It was great.
Like, I don't know any of the guys personally. I remember the lead singer a little bit, but their music was fucking. It was.
I feel like they could have made it if they stuck around.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Them and oh god, I played guitar with them temporarily too, but I was a pissant fucking teenager and I didn't want to commit to shit. But what's the name? Fuck! They were based out of Fort Walton Beach. Great band. They were still around a couple years back.
Not a punk band.
No, it wasn't a punk. They were kind of not alternative rock, but kind of pushing that cusp of like the Queens of the Stone Age, Foo Fighters style stuff.
It's alternative.
All right.
Dude, oh shit.
Yeah, my second guess would not have been that.
What was their fucking name? No, I'm going to say it and you're going to know who the fuck they are.
Take your time.
I can remember the songs.
Only on fucking
I can remember
film.
the fucking tracks. I can
good
still
thing,
play them.
Good thing we're not running on tape cassette.
Shit, it was a 2-word band.
Did it?
It was something.
Did he look like a man?
It was something weird. It was something weird.
A weird band name. There's not many of those out there at all.
No. No fucking pressure, my guy. No fucking pressure. I just
Gravy Static.
I just play with my new toy.
Is that what it was?
Gravy Static.
That's a good band name, I'm telling you.
Sounds mildly infuriating.
Yeah.
Not for breakfast, damn it.
Dude, I can play it. I can hear it. I can hear him singing. I remember the songs. I cannot remember the fucking.
What's it?
band
Okay, does
name.
it start with the?
The Helvetica Effect.
No, you did not.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
fucking love them, dude.
Rob
dig
and all them
deep
fucking
in there to
dudes.
that.
Yeah, and as soon
I
as you
can
said
see-
the, I was like Helvetica Effect.
I can see the smoke. The smoke's like burrowing out of your earphones right now.
Dude, so they were the MySpace era.
Yeah, you weren't no bass player, were you?
No, it was guitar.
Oh, okay.
Guitar.
You weren't like
No, that
massively
was-
shorter than you were now.
No, that was Sweatbands. I remember him. That was
Yeah, he was
Rob
dope.
was the lead singer.
Mhm.
But I remember the bass. Cool dude, energetic as fuck. But they had posted like a thing on MySpace, and my shit had just fell apart, and I didn't want to. I was like, I'm gonna fuck with somebody else's stuff, get out of my realm a little bit and hit them up, and we jived and whatnot. But I was like hardcore to the Pantera and all my shit at the time, so I came in like, you shred, but like we don't play that kind of stuff.
We
you
don't
know?
want. No,
And they just-
no stairway. To
They
heaven.
gave me one of their one of the EPs they had just put out, and they're like, just gotta go home and figure it out. And they're like, you be a good fit, just slow the fuck down.
Yeah.
And I did. They were a couple years older than I was, but fucking went home and did this and did that. And I think like I had just started a new job at the time. It was just like, hey man, I gotta eat.
Sorry, failures.
And they were like trying to go on like their tour,
Yup.
and fucking like 3 months later, and they were doing great. And I was like, should have done that one. But no, the fucking music was great.
Oh,
like
so
they had
good.
this just weird mash of genres, and it was cool. The stuff that I was throwing down with them would have been really cool to have been hearing them out. Like I know they're still out there, they're still hanging around. So maybe one day we can get together and put together that unlocked final Helvetica nuke out. Fucking
Oh, man. They were one of my favorite bands to watch.
wholesome dude.
Just straight.
Drummer was insane at fucking practice. Dude.
I mean, immaculate on the nice level. It was just not a bad day between
Wholesome
any of them.
dudes, good dudes all around.
Good dudes,
I
great
was just
music.
a misfit at the fucking time.
Meanwhile, this Dimebag ripoff comes in. What's up? You guys know Cowboys from Hell?
Well, this is Cowboys from North Alabama. Southern North Alabama. Florida.
I want to take you back to a little town I call L.A., Lower Alabama.
Whitechapel, but there's more Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, Father.
I've heard. I think we were
You know,
talking
like-
about that the other day. I was like, "Did
Yeah.
you hear this?" And you're
Speaking
like,
of satanic fucking
"You're
Christian
like,
deathcore.
yeah, Christian."
Did you hear that new Whitechapel track, dude?
No, I did not.
Holy fucking shit. Listen, the first 30 seconds is Phil talking in backwards saying the chorus. In like full devil's makeup and shit. And I was like, it's not reversed. It's him screaming in reverse.
What an aesthetic
And
he's
it-
chosen.
Dude, Phil, what happened was I've loved Whitechapel since I conceived what Whitechapel was on the internet years ago, and was like, who the fuck? As far as I was concerned, they were the heaviest of the heaviest when they came out. And that wasn't like as far as tone goes. That just means time, tempo, what they were doing to my heart, my body. Whitechapel was the epitome of what was heavy outside of Cannibal Corpse
Stroke
and
boners.
Behemoth and all this other black metal and import shit I was into. Whitechapel was always the epitome of that. And I feel like once they got into Kin and they got into the Valley, a lot of that original dynamic was like, oh, they're fucking selling out. Whereas I was sitting there watching all this, listening to these albums going, holy fucking shit, this is heavier than it ever was, regardless of Phil's clean vocals and all that. To watch the storytelling through the music video, the dynamic of the material that went into that lyricism was the heaviest fucking shit he's ever dropped. And then he went out on tour with Lorna Shore, and I feel like that kind of reignited some of his old shit that he used to do, and it kind of seemed like Will maybe gave him some inspiration to come back to the demonic style vocals, but let me fucking tell you, Whitechapel went from Whitechapel to being
Fucking Whitechapel!
Whitechapel again, dude. Phil delivers upon delivers.
Definitely.
Upon
Every time I see
delivers.
them guys, I'm like, they just don't fit the bill for what they sound
No,
like.
because Phil's a little skinny dude, but like,
Every time I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, that's what they look like. Like, they look like they should be singing Fall Out Boy.
I mean, compared to like Alex the Terrible, or
Right.
Alex Terrible, who by the way is about to enter
I just
a bare knuckle.
I just sent him the weigh-ins, dude. That's tonight, I think.
normal day in the life of Ross.
Dude, he's
I was doing bare knuckle fighting when I was 3.
I
Believe it or
took
not.
out my eye.
there.
When I came out of mother's
Dude.
womb, I turned around, punched the
Did
jaw.
you see it? Did you see the
I said,
picture?
for Russia.
Did you see the picture of him after he did his sparring match?
Nuh-uh.
His fucking eye
Yeah,
was closed.
and he was smiling.
He was like, "This is a good time to be fighter."
I love America.
I don't think he can feel pain. I think he's one of those people.
Oh no, man.
No, I don't think he took out his own eye
Watch-
to see if he
wa-
could.
Watch like his TikTok shorts and his YouTube reels. Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
No.
when he
He's-
talks about his
He's
scarring,
taking he's taking like mid. Alex is like fucking 5'8".
Oh, yeah,
he's not a
tiny.
big dude, but he was taking mid shot punches from like the 6'4" professional boxer, and yeah, he's humbling on the pain. I promise you. But
Well, he
when
says
he's
it.
putting on a show and he's jacked, that I would not.
And the
fuck
adrenaline.
with
oh, he
Alex.
loves
Terrible,
the
dude.
fight though. He loves it.
Yeah, he wrestled grizzly bears.
Yeah, I
bro.
mean,
My name is Alex, and I love to fight.
Dude, he was talking about it. Actually, I was watching one of his things about how when he's cut his own face to do that scar, and he was like, it fucking sucked. I didn't like it, but I thought the scar was gonna look cool, so I did it. Like, oh, okay, so you're a psychopath.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Sleep Token?
Listen, this new music can get off my lawn. I'm just saying. I gave them a shot. I went for the one day. I listened to the one song and I said,
What was the song you listened to?
oh, it's the first one that was on Spotify, so I'm assuming their most popular one. Well, I couldn't tell you. It's not for me. I'm not saying it's bad. Don't jump at me, internet.
No.
I'm not saying it's bad. It's not for. I'll tell you what it reminds me of. Growing up, I could only listen to Christian music. That's why I'm so big into Christcore. But the thing,
Well, how do you feel about Ghost then?
Ghost? Oh man, I can only listen to Scooby Doo music for so long.
It's totally Scooby Doo
It's
metal, and I love it. Have you ever seen Ghost live?
Yeah, I've seen
Have you?
videos.
Okay.
I was with the Papa Emeritus and all
Dude,
that.
that's what won me over. I was like, I listened to it, I'm like, it's Scooby Doo metal. And I watched the videos, and I'm like, and then me and my buddy Tony, like, on White Horse or something Pale Horse Named Death or some shit tour.
Mhm.
I was like, hey, they're playing Mobile. They're fucking $30. You want to go? And he's like, yeah, let's get drunk and go. So we went to Mobile. We sat in the fucking balcony seats. We got drunk. The best show I had seen in 3 years. Like, it was so fucking good. And I was like, I'm a fan of Ghost.
And Bravo, he can hit those actual notes
Oh, yeah.
live.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Bravo.
Yeah.
I love that. I think that's the number one problem is shit in the music industry is overproduced to hell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it's just, yeah, I can't. I had that first album with Ghost. I'm good with it. The Sleep Token, Christian Christcore, going back along where the train goes. It's on, even on like POD albums. Yeah, that's showing my age here. So when I was listening to the fundamental elements of Southtown,
On VH1 Fresh Rips in 2002.
Behind the music.
so like you get through Southtown and it's pretty good. All the songs are bangers, and then you get to a song that is basically a worship track, and it just irks me to no end that I would have 11 good songs
Yeah.
and then the 12th one be absolute garbage that I could hear every Sunday morning. So that's where I'm at with Sleep Token. It reminds me.
Too much.
It's just I just listen. No.
See, at first, like,
Can't even put words together. You don't like them so much.
it was like somebody had sent me a music video, and it was like the clip of the lead singer, and I was like, that looks up my alley. And he was like, that was what the message said. He's like, this seems up your alley. And I was like, okay. And I Googled him real quick, and I was like, Sleep Token. And I read the thesis, or the synopsis on him. I'm like, okay, that sounds different. Let's check him out. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And then the breakdown hit, and I was like, oh! This does weird things in my pants. And then, I like Sleep Token.
Well, and I'm trying to
like them.
I love Sleep Token, dude.
Oh yeah, he's got
fucking
he's got
fanboy
Don
of Sleep.
guitars. Of course, he loves Sleep Token.
Guess that makes sense.
Yeah,
Love.
2 and 2, man.
I
They
love
equal chair.
Nickelback, too.
No,
No, but legit, Nickelback's first 2 albums. if you
Just
dro-
let's circle right on fucking back.
if you drop the vocals on Kroger's mic and just let the instrumentals roll,
Oh,
the long road was heavier than fuck. Like,
they did something right. I mean, they weren't fucking complete failures. Let's just
they got
say
all
that.
their mommy's panties wet.
they did something right.
They did what they needed to do to be rock stars, and whether you want to admit it or not, the fucking sold out
I'm
a
not
lot.
dogging on Nickelback. You two were
They-
the ones that
I never dogged on them one
They
time.
made the greatest sacrifice growing up in Canada to be the greatest rock stars of the millennial generation.
I'm just saying, I personally don't go out of my way to listen to them, but you can't listen to a Nickelback song and you're like, oh shit, I can't. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Well,
Oops.
nobody plays Pokemon to go have Pokemon battles, but here we are.
No, my guilty pleasure was addressed earlier, and that was Santana.
Address?
Yeah, addressed.
That's a guilty pleasure? Who is knocking
Yeah,
you
who
for
did-
liking
Well,
Santana?
the Santana Nickelback thing.
Oh.
Yeah. Anything that Nickelback, anything that Santana
Santana,
has
fuck.
been on.
I don't know one person I don't think I've ever heard one person say one bad thing about Santana.
You can't.
I don't think they're alive.
I instantly died like that.
Did you ever hear that when Avril Lavigne came back
Ugh.
briefly?
Briefly.
Did you know that she's the sister of the lead singer of Maroon 5?
Really?
Oh, what a complex dynamic
Yep.
that is.
Anyways, she made a minor comeback and went on tour. Then she did a solo single with Marilyn Manson.
See, now I think she went through her phase like Christina Aguilera did with Dirty.
Bro, listen to
think-
the fucking Avril Lavigne track. And I mean, listen, don't put it on for 30 seconds and then shut it off.
Even fucking
Listen
Manson's kind of...
To this dirty little bitch talk about these dirty things, man. It doesn't say it directly, but you can hear it in her voice.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about, and that's why I'm saying it correlates exactly with how Christina Aguilera came back and was dirty
Yep.
in the fucking 2000s. Because she was like, I'm not a little girl no more. Like, okay, we don't...
Low-rise jeans,
We
crop
don't fucking
tops.
care. Listen here, Shakira, shake your ass and shut the fuck
And then
up.
Britney Spears just cuts her whole fucking head off.
Right. She's still on that crazy train, dude.
Yeah, she'd do all right. She'd be all right.
I don't know. I think she finds the button on the voice pretty well and turns that chair around. That is the voice.
What?
What they hit the button, the chair turns around.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Pop culture.
I'm
I
not...
know what you're talking about.
The singing thing?
The chair? Is it the chair? The
Is
button?
That, who's that? Who?
I know Howie Mandel
That's-
on. Isn't he on one of those?
That's Gwen Stefani.
That's
on
I
that.
think that's America's Got Talent.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
They all have chairs and people sitting in them
Hey, listen.
with buttons.
That there are eras of clone shows. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had their day. American Idol is still having their day.
I don't know. It ended. I thought. Didn't American Idol end? I don't even fucking know, man. I'm still stuck in 2017.
The X Factor ended.
What's
Yeah, y'all don't know about the X
I
Factor.
remember X Factor with fucking Joe Rogan trying
the-
to fight people.
No, that's not.
That's Fear Factor.
Fear Factor. X Factor
What
was
the fuck are you talking
No,
about?
I was gonna say next with the people on the school bus and the.
Oh,
yeah, I was like, no, wrong one again.
The dating show. The people that brought that. Do you watch Workaholics?
You mean? Oh yes.
That when they brought that episode of Next, they brought that on. There was a whole
they?
episode about it. Yeah.
You mean Fifth Wheel?
Yeah. Well.
You mean Eliminate?
yeah, eliminate.